Alright guys, what's up? It's Jack and welcome back to another video. So, this is going to be my first impressions video regarding the Black Ops Cold War beta. And without further ado, I'm going to get right into it because there's not a lot of time in this footage. And this is off-stream recorded footage. And speaking of stream, thank you very much for the support today, guys. We reached 14 or 15 viewers today and upon the stream today that I streamed right here. So thank you very much for the support. It was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And I look forward to more. So without further ado, for those of you guys that weren't in stream, or for those of you guys that were wondering my opinion about the game, I'm going to break this down and make this a first impressions video. I'm not going to go in depth. I'm going to save the in-depth stuff for future videos, and not to mention I still have a lot of footage I have to capture because all I did today was pretty much stream for 5.5 hours and then played another hour and a half off stream. So I've got about 6 to 7 hours of experience with the game, so I think I am good enough to basically, especially after 10 years of playing Call of Duty, and on top of that, making a YouTube channel off of Call of Duty, I think I have a good solid idea in terms of the direction this game is heading. So now this game, I'm sure you guys are gonna be asking, is it better than Modern Warfare? And it certainly has the potential to be, but there's I've broken it down into three main things that are keeping this game from reaching its full potential, so to speak, or should I say from potentially reaching its full potential. And it's questionable design philosophy, not on everything, but on a good number of things that are very important in the game, skill-based matchmaking, and the inconsistencies of connection. There's a ton of lag compensation going on, gunfights more often, like at least half the time, absolutely don't make sense. It seems like you're putting bullets into people and then at the snap of a finger you're dead, or sometimes it's like the footsteps, you hear them right above you, you look above you and they're not there, instead they're like behind you. So everything is kind of lagging behind from where it should be. And now the good news is that this can definitely be fixed. Now we do know that skill-based matchmaking is here to stay, guys, and on top of that there's the philosophy that this game has taken. Like for instance, look at this map, for instance, right now there's an open desert area part of the map along with the spawns not being up to par. Basically, like let's say in Domination, it is very easy to get not only killed off of spawn, but to get spawn trapped and actually even to take B very easily. So if you're going up against a team of like 4 people or whatnot, and then you get that open desert area that even in regular game modes sometimes makes the game unplayable because of the fact that wherever you go, you can get picked off by 1 or 2 guys that are just sitting on their asses in the middle of the desert with either sniper rifles or anything else that their heart desires, and they can just pick you off. So and these maps are really big. That's the design philosophy. That's another part of the design philosophy I was talking about. Like, these maps are big, like made for 12v12 basically, and free-for-all would be good for like a 12-man free-for-all instead of 8 at least. So even with the game's speed being as fast as it is, with the FOV making it look even faster, and one of the things that I like is the FOV and the fact that there's a ton of options and stuff like that. You know, the guns feel really good. Getting a kill feels really good. The aim assist is actually very strong, which I don't agree with. Headshots are incredibly lethal, which is actually a good thing because if you actually see somebody head glitching, which you will see quite a lot, you can just take them out. Basically, you get 1 or 2 headshots in, wham bam, you take them out. There's some attachments in the game that I feel right now, with my experience, that are absolutely necessary, or else it's just gonna seem like you've got a marshmallow gun as opposed to a gun that shoots bullets. So yeah, there's a ton of things, but for the most part, when I put everything together in terms of, and the thing is, I played Modern Warfare, you know, the night before, and some even today before downloading this beta, before it was available to me, and like everybody else. And the thing is, I'm glad I actually did play Modern Warfare a night or 2 before, because it really gave me a good feel of both of the games. And the thing is, this game, despite all these issues that I just named off, without going too crazy in depth, this game still has the potential to be even better than Modern Warfare. However, there are a lot of design decisions that were literally brought from Modern Warfare into this game and tweaked. In some ways that's a good thing, and in some ways not so much. So like for instance, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Ninja works. So whenever you do use Ninja, it works, but the thing is, it's only available in a pre-made class. So right now the level cap is 25, so we can't unlock Ninja unless we go beyond 25, and maybe at week 2 or maybe even towards the end of this week they might, you know, it's 30 something, so I doubt that they're actually going to bring it that far up. But I'm actually glad that from a class that you can get before you choose before you create your own class, I'm actually glad that Ninja works the way it's supposed to work. And that's the first thing I did for like the first 3 or 4 games. I was flanking people, I was doing all these sorts of things, and I was very, very pleased with it. With that being said, I really would like the default footsteps to be not as loud, really, because they were never like this loud to this degree in previous Call of Duty games. Well, except for Modern Warfare, obviously, but even in Black Ops 4, they weren't quite as loud as they are now. At least with my experience, they weren't. So same thing with Black Ops 3. Black Ops 2, they weren't even, you couldn't hear them at all, which is a good thing actually, because the maps were perfect size and everything. So it's like, So all in all, it's really is a mixed bag. One part of me makes me want to keep playing, and then the other part of me says, what the fuck is this? Because there are a lot of things that just make you want to scratch your head and say, what were they thinking when they put this into it? Like, for instance, there's a perk that I know is going to piss me and everybody else off, and that's the Assassin perk. And for those of you guys that don't know, what does Assassin do? Let's say you're on a gun streak, right? Like right now, I think I'm on a gun streak as we speak, right? As you're looking at this footage, right? So if I'm on a gun streak and somebody has Assassin on, guess what? I show up on the minimap like a VSAT. And to my knowledge, I think it's for the entire team, not just for that one player. But even if it was for that one player, I mean, it's somehow, even with these big ass maps and stuff like that, when you get a kill, people will, like, you will die within that same area because there's somebody like literally covering that other person. I mean, it's really, when you look at it from every single standpoint, this game is a mixed bag that has the potential to be a hell of a flavor that all of us can enjoy. But will it be? I don't know. Nobody knows at this point. Only time will tell. It all depends on Treyarch. It all depends on how far Activision is willing to let them do whatever it is that they do. And yeah, basically all these 3 elements, the skill-based matchmaking, the design philosophy, and the lag and the connection or whatnot, how those end up actually is going to determine the direction that the game is obviously going to go in. So anyway, guys, that's all I got for this one. That was my first impressions. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. This is Jack, signing off.